As I said, thank you so much, guys, for jumping in tonight. We're so grateful. I am conscious that it is a Monday night, so we'll try and keep it as quick as we possibly can. If you guys do have questions, we're going to go through the slideshow. It's pretty thorough, but I would love to be able to take questions so we can have some more in-depth conversations about some of the stuff. So feel free to hold on to your questions until the end. I've got a whole big section that we can just chat and ask any questions that you might have, or pop them in the chat as well, and we can come back to it at the end too. But cool. So we're gonna kick through. So there's quite a fair bit that we're going to cover tonight, and Tess, jump in if there's anything that I'm missing, or Emma, jump in if there's anything that I'm missing. Also, if there's any questions in the chat that we really should cover at the time, feel free to stop me. So there's quite a fair bit that we need to cover tonight. We're going to go through who's who in the zoo, who's our team, what is Million Paws Walk, what's the campaign, all the Geelong event info that you can look forward to. We'll show you all the site and what the map looks like as well. We'll go through your volunteer roles. So we'll go through what everyone's role is on the day, just so that you can all have a bit of a 360-degree understanding as to what the event, how it comes together, and what everyone does on the day. We'll go through all the stuff that you need to know about on the day, your safety stuff, and then at the end we can talk about the last lap and the fact that this is the final Million Paws Walk, and then after that we can take questions. So our full event team, there's 3 of us. I'm including myself in that, but to be honest, the others did most of the work. There are 3 of us that are part of the team. Emma there has a big arrow next to her because she's going to be your person on the day at the event. So Emma's on this call. Emma is from Blue Event Productions, who we're partnering with this year to help us roll out all of our Million Paws Walks. Emma is going to be your go-to person on the day. So she is your main event producer. She is your chief supervisor on the day as well. Then in our office, so we're based in Burwood East as a Burwood East shelter. We've got Tess Panel, who has been working super hard on this event as well in the background. And then myself, and it's mainly Emma and Tess that have pulled this together, so they deserve all of your praise. Tess and I will be at Albert Park Lake on the day, but Emma is will be our head honcho out at Geelong on the day, so you guys will all be chatting with Emma. So what is Million Paws Walk? So Million Paws Walk is our RSPCA's biggest peer-to-peer fundraising event. It's a national event as well. So on the 25th of May, there's 5 locations across Victoria, but then there's also heaps of locations around the country, all walking on the same day to fight animal cruelty. Registrants will buy their tickets online. They'll then be encouraged to fundraise for us as well. And then we all come together on the day, on the 25th of May, to celebrate how amazing our fundraising is, how incredible dogs are, and all the awesome stuff that comes with that. It's been going for 31 years, so it's a big, long event. We've had, over 400,000 dogs come along in that time as well. So it's really got a big place in Victoria and a big place across the country. On Sunday, we'll have 200 volunteers that are going to be helping us, which is incredible. Most importantly, at Geelong, we're expecting over 1,000 people to be joining us on the day. So it's going to be a really big event. It's definitely the biggest Geelong walk that we've had in a while. So it's looking really promising. We raise money as part of the campaign through ticket sales, through people's incredible fundraising. We've got some really strong fundraisers out in Geelong particularly, through merchandise sales, and then things that happen on the day. So all that stuff happens in the lead up, and then on the day we'll be having raffle tickets, we've got little competitions, lots of different ways that people can donate as well. That's how we raise all of our money for Million Paws Walk. At Geelong, so right now we've got over 700 people who are coming along to Geelong, and it's definitely going to pick up in the last week as well. We've got 17 exhibits so far, big dog-centric exhibits. We've got 5 different food options. Erin Muscat is our MC. Erin's an absolute veteran at this. She does MCing for Geelong every year, and she's brilliant. She's so fun, and she absolutely loves it. We've got a doggy demo area, so they'll be doing heaps of agility stuff and a bunch of different ways that people can watch and get their dogs involved as well. There's face painting, raffles, competitions, all the fun stuff. It's a big, exciting morning. It's a really brilliant day. And as you can see there, the weather last year was amazing. So this is our site. This is our location in Geelong. So you can see there the big Eastern Park. The Geelong Botanical Gardens is in the middle of that as well. And then that blue arrow, I don't know if you guys can see my mouse. Can you see my mouse moving? Yeah, you can, fam. This one down here, this is the oval that we're going to be on. So we call it the Eastern Parks Oval. We're on that right-hand side oval down here. And then people will do their big walk around the Botanic Gardens as well. So that's where we're located. It is really close to train. It is really close to bus. The best way to get, like the easiest way to get there, obviously, is to drive. I do just have a note here that we want our participants, a lot of them need some extra accessibility needs, but even still, we want our participants to get as close to the event as possible. So if you are a volunteer and you do have some extra time in your hands, park that extra block away and go for a nice walk so you're all warmed up by the time you get there, and that can help make sure that our participants have their best parking on the day as well. Fab. So we've got our event map. Now, there's a fair bit of information on this page. So we'll just go through it bit by bit. So having a look at that map, the Botanic Gardens is to the north of this map, and Holt Road is to the right of this map, and Ryrie is to the bottom. So there's a few things that I've highlighted here. The first one, that red one, that's your volunteer hub. So at the start of everyone's shift, you have to head to that volunteer hub and sign in. Make sure that we know that you are on site and that you are accounted for, volunteer hub. Next one there, that yellow square, that's our registration tent. So that's where all our participants, where we are directing them to at the start of that day, because we want to be able to mark them off, or we want to be able to make sure that they can buy a ticket to the event. So tickets are available on the day. So that registration tent, that's where we're sending everyone. Next door to that, that green one, that's our starting line. So that's where everyone will be filing through. We do like a cutting of the ribbon ceremony as well. So there's some of the key points of that. You can see that doggy demo area is right in the middle. Toilets are down the bottom to the left-hand side as well. That's what our map sort of looks like for the day. And then there's a few other things on this slide. So we've got our key timings for the event. So 9 a.m. our event starts. It's open to the public. There will be, without a doubt, there will be lots of really early bird people that will jump in early, but 9 a.m. officially our event starts. Got a bunch of activity happening in the morning with Erin, our wonderful MC, doing a bunch of stuff, and then 11 a.m. is when that walk starts. So we'll do a big countdown, cutting of the ribbon ceremony, and for the final time, Million Paws Walk in Geelong will begin, and everyone will sort of file out of that event space. So the event space sort of quietens down for a little bit while everyone goes on to that walk. And then it will probably take about 40 minutes, half an hour, 40 minutes for everyone to come back. There's a couple of things in the afternoon, and then we'll do our raffle draw at midday, not in the afternoon, but after the walk. And then we do our raffle draw at midday, and then the event will be closing and packing down from 12:30. Awesome. Fab. So let's go through some volunteer roles. So there's 2 slides of this, there's a lot of information. It's really helpful to know what everyone's doing, so I will go through everyone's things. So registration assistants. So you guys are the first people that our participants get to see on the day. So it's really important that we are being really clear. We're directing people. We can get on the day tickets on the day, or people have already bought a ticket. So if people say, I've already bought a ticket, you'll have lists, registration list, and you can look up their name. Or they might say, hey, here's my ticket on my phone. You can check their name and mark them off. That's awesome. Or if they say, hey, I need to buy a ticket, then you'll have all your iPads ready on the day. They just need to fill out an online a survey form that we use, and then you can take their payment as well. If someone says, I bought a ticket and I just cannot find it, and you have a look and you can't find their name on the list, that's fine. They can go in. We don't have to be super exclusive about it. That's totally fine. If they feel like they bought a ticket, that's great. We just need to be really confident and really clear about our direction in that. It can get quite busy at the registration tent because there's heaps of people wanting to get in. So we just need to make sure we're really clear using big voices on the day tickets here, pre-registration over here. Make sure we're being really confident about asking people, hey, do you have a ticket? Do you need to buy a ticket? Cool, this is where you go. That's our registration tent. Next thing is our merchandise sales. Amazingly, 2025's merchandise is all sold out this year. So that's a really good thing for fundraising, but it's a really sad thing for our participants because we don't have any 2025 merchandise anywhere in Victoria left. In fact, we've sold out just about across the country as well. So unless you want to fly down to Tasmania, we don't have any 2025 merchandise, but we will have a small selection of previous year's merchandise, so claim a part of history. So that's what you'll be selling on the day. People are welcome to try on whatever they need to do. They just need to head to their merchandise tent. Our circuit marshals. So this is a really fun role if you want to pat every dog there on the day, because you get to give everyone a high five and you get to pat every dog and direct them to where they're going. Just keep an eye out if people look like they're tired or they need some water or their dog might be a bit fatigued. You can say, hey, do you want to stand with me for a bit, or I can get you some water or anything like that. But really, you guys are directing, cheering people on. It's a big, happy celebration, lots of clapping, lots of cheering. We want people to feel awesome about helping fight animal cruelty. It's an amazing day. And that is one of the best jobs because you can pat all the dogs. Next, raffle tickets and info. So these guys are roaming through the event asking people, hey, do you want to buy a raffle ticket? You'll have a poster with your prizes on the day as well, so people can know what they're buying. It's also a really nice information point too. So if people say, what time is this, or where do we go, or whereabouts are the toilets, our raffle ticket people can make sure they have a map on them, and they've got the program with them, and you guys can help direct people too. But our raffle is such a big part of fundraising on the day. So if people can be really confident in saying, hey, have you bought a raffle ticket? Do you want to buy a raffle ticket? Hey, have you got a raffle ticket? That's amazing because it makes such a big difference to our fundraising on the day too. Okay, so bump-in assistant. So when all of our exhibitors arrive at the site, that's what we call our bump-in. Our exhibitors and our contractors, you'll be Emma's right-hand person. So we need someone to help direct people to where their position on the site might be. You might be helping them unpack their car. They might have some questions about, hey, I need a spare chair, or does someone have this, or whatever. And you're going to be running around helping them get ready, running messages to Emma, running answers back, those types of things. So that's our bump-in assistant. Stage assistant and competition sign-ups. So our awesome MC, Erin, needs a helper with her because there's a bunch of things that need to happen on the day. We need to stick to schedules. We might need to make sure that our interviewee is hanging around the stage ready to go on time. When we do our competitions, we might need some help wrangling 7 people and all their dogs up on the stage, those types of things. You'll be helping people move around that stage, whatever Erin needs, and encouraging people to sign up for our competitions as well. So you'll have a list there and people can have a look and say, cool, I think I've got the waggiest tail dog, or I think I have the cutest dog, or whatever the competitions are. And you'll be encouraging people to sign up. So maybe you'll spot a dog that's really tall and you can say, oh, I think that you're the biggest dog here. Do you want to sign up for the biggest dog competition? That's what that person is doing. Arena assistant. So we've got an awesome demo area. We need someone there just to keep an eye out in case our demo instructor needs another set of hands, needs to go run something or pick something up, or needs to be reminded of timings or anything. That's what our arena assistant is. And then our general event volunteers. So you are, like I've said here, the super special sidekicks of the whole operation. So general event volunteers are going to jump in to any of the roles if someone can't arrive on the day or isn't there. And then if all our roles are filled on the day as we're expecting them to be, you'll be doing all the little 1%ers. So does someone need something? Do you need to fill up dog water bowls? Is there a really busy area that we need more volunteers on? That's where our general event volunteers are going. All those little 1%er tasks that make the event run really smoothly, our general event volunteers are going to be doing that. You'll be our floaters, keeping an eye on where things are busy. If you can help out, if people need extra assistance, that's where you'll be. Fab. So that's all of our volunteer roles. So information for everyone on the day. We need you to arrive 15 minutes before your shift starts. That's going to help you get set up, work out who's who in the zoo, sign in, work out where the bathrooms are, get to your station, all of those things. 15 minutes before your shift is when you arrive. Sign in at your registration desk. That way we know at the volunteer desk. That way that we know that you're here on site. You can collect all your equipment and then you can go to your station. Do an awesome job as a volunteer. That's your main job for the day. And then the last thing that you need to do is sign out at that end of the day. please, 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 please remember to sign out. If you don't sign out, then we think that you're still around and we're going to be scouring the lands trying to find you. So please make sure that you sign out at the end of the day. Hand over all your equipment that you might have picked up. You might have grabbed an FPOS machine and, raffle ticket books or dog water bowls or whatever. We hand them all back at the end of the day. And then we're all done. And then you can head off for the rest of your Sunday. Cool. So what to bring? Dress for the weather. So if it's going to be super wet, we go ahead, rain, hail, or shine. It's Emma's call on the day about if there's an extreme weather event, it's Emma's call on the day as to whether the event is safe to move on. But we don't assume that. We all arrive and decide what the decision is. So dress for the weather. If it's going to be rainy, please wear a raincoat. Bring an extra pair of socks if you need to. If it's going to be super hot, make sure you bring a sunscreen and something loose that you can take off as well. You'll all get volunteer vests that will go over the top of what you're wearing. So comfortable shoes, closed-toed shoes. You're going to be racking up the steps on the day as well. So make sure whatever you're wearing, comfy runners, whatever it is. Bring some extra money. So we do have a $10 voucher for some lunch on the day. Bring some extra money if you need to, a water bottle and a phone. You wear a backpack if you need to, or a bum bag or a satchel or anything that you can that's really comfortable to move around on the day, to have your phone and your drink bottle in as well. So we don't have anywhere super secure to have all that stuff. So make sure whatever you bring with you, you can carry on you on the day as well. Extra notes for the day. So if you are not too sure if your station is super quiet, or if the peak busy period of your role is sort of over, if everyone's registered and you don't need that many people on registration tent or whatever it might be, we need to be able to help each other to make sure it's a really well-oiled machine on the day. So we need to be super proactive, have a look around, where looks busy, how can I help, asking our supervisors, hey, is there anything else I can do? Can we start packing down? Those types of questions. Things like dog water bowls needing filled. If anyone isn't too sure where to go, if participants look like they're not too sure, we want to help them out. Is there any rubbish around you? Can you take a group photo? People love it when you offer to take a group photo and tell them how cute their dog is, because all the dogs that are there are so cute. So we want to make sure that we're interacting with everyone. Everyone's having an awesome day. Take group shots, pat people's dogs, really get into the day. It's just the bloody best. So there you go. That's all our things we need to remember on the day. Okay, so safety information. Bear with me. This bit's a little bit dry, but it's important, so we've got to go through it. We've got 2 evacuation points here. So in this image, Ryrie Street is at the bottom, Holt Street's to the right of that, and the Botanical Gardens is to the north of this one. So we've got our primary evacuation point is 2 ovals over. Our secondary point is down below, just on the corner of Holt Street there. Emma is going to be your director on the day. Also, any RSPCA staff that are there will also be able to assist you in the case of, in the event of emergency. If you do see something, if there is an incident or if something does happen, you guys really set the tone for everyone. So we need to make sure that we remain really calm, assess what the situation is. You'll get a volunteer lanyard that will have your map on it for the day as well. So work out where the incident might have occurred on the map if you're not too sure where you are. And let your supervisor know. If you see Emma, let Emma know. First aid is definitely on site. We've got St. John's Ambulance who are there. They're awesome sports on the day. They absolutely love it too. So don't be afraid to go and ask them if you do have any questions. If it's not an emergency, if it's something that seems relatively small but we need to know about it, please just fill out an incident report form. They'll be at your volunteer desk as well. Child safe information. So obviously this is a family friendly event and we absolutely love having children there. A few things that need to be said and noted is that at all times we have to be respectful, professional and age appropriate. It does go without saying, but please make sure that anytime that you aren't alone with a child, or if you do have a child around you, making sure that everyone can see that you're not alone with that child one-on-one. You're not behind exhibitor sites or anything like that. We need to make sure that we're being really professional and respectful. If you do see or hear something that might be concerning in relation to child safety, please do not hesitate to call 000. alert your supervisor. If you see Emma, alert Emma. Do not hesitate to call 000. That's where most escalation points will end up anyway, and we will certainly back you in doing that if you do see something that you're not comfortable with. So, yep, that's all of that. And then the last thing that I do have on here is just protester information. So this is, I wanted to keep this in here just on the off chance. It's definitely not something that we are absolutely expecting or that we know is going to happen. It's not even something that has happened in Geelong in recent times at all. But there have been protesters of RSPCA's approved animal farming scheme in the past. So particularly vegan organisations, or more topically, currently, horse welfare. So there is a slight chance that there would be protesters for this. If they are there, it's no big deal. They're passive protesters. Everyone has the right to protest. And in all cases, no interaction is the best interaction. We will have security on there in the day, but again, this is all just precautions to make sure that we have a safe and responsible event. Definitely not something that we are expecting. If you do see protesters there on the day, as I said, no interaction is the best interaction. If people do ask you about it, just say, I'm actually not too sure. I'm an event volunteer, which is absolutely fair. Okay, fabulous. So one last lap. So I said it the other day in a different briefing, but yes, I had to add a slide to this briefing deck this year because it is our final Million Paws Walk event. I wanted to give all volunteers a little bit of context, but again, you're not expected to have to answer any questions on this about this on the day, but just so that you guys know and you're comfortable as well. This was a national decision to make this the final Million Paws Walk this year. So all these different states and territories and I all came together over a really long period of time, and we deliberated this for a really long time, made the decision that it's no longer a viable fundraising event. So it's really important as RSPCA fundraisers that we are having responsible and effective fundraising events, and holding a big giant physical event is expensive, and it's no longer the best way that we can fundraise for the animals in our care. You know, post-COVID, a lot of those costs have gone up astronomically, and we want to be able to raise as much as we possibly can for the animals in our care. And there's more effective, better ways that we can do that that don't cost as much, so that, as I said, we can give the animals the love and attention and facilities and care that they deserve. And Million Paws Walk isn't the best vehicle anymore. So that's why this is the final event. If you do, on the off chance, if there's media there on the day and anyone asks you for anything, even if they say it's off the record, please just decline and just say, hey, I'm really sorry, I'm an event volunteer. I can't comment. Our Emma is there. She can definitely direct and help with any media on the day. We will also have RSPCA staff there. We've got a bunch of RSPCA inspectors actually are going to be there on the day, and they're equipped and briefed to be able to talk to media, so you can direct them there. Fab. So that's the end of my big long presentation. Thank you for bearing with me. Thank you everyone who is here. Thank you for being a part of Million Paws Walk. It is my absolute favorite day of the year. This event means so much to so many people, and you guys make it possible. We just couldn't hold a Million Paws Walk if it wasn't for the volunteers that are helping us, who are here tonight and are going to be there on Sunday. So I just wanted to say thank you so much. Thank you for being part of the final ever one. That means so much to us, and it means so much to me that we're sending it off in style, and we've got an awesome team of people who are willing to help us. So yes, that's all me. Awesome. Now we get to questions. I'm just going to check the chat. Oh, fab. We don't have any questions yet, which is great. Do we want to, if you do have a question, chuck it in the chat, or you're welcome to take yourself off mute and we can go through any questions that you might have as well. I can see there's a couple of people typing, so I'm just going to wait for that. Otherwise, jump off mute if you do have any queries.
Can I just ask a quick one?
Go.
I just didn't see, because my description's volunteer registration supervisor.
Yes.
I don't think I saw that in the presentation.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much, Jason. And we're actually, there's a few of us, Jason, who are supervisors. And I will ask that our supervisors stay afterwards this meeting, if possible, and we can talk you through exactly what your role is. So yeah, you will be doing the registration tent on the day, Jace. So
no problem. Yeah.
That was one of those ones there. But if you're happy to just stay for a couple more minutes, we can chat to you properly and talk about what the supervisor role looks like. Does that sound okay?
Yeah, sure. No problem at all.
Amazing. Awesome.
Thanks, Kate.
Which of the volunteer groups is helping with bump out? Oh, fabulous question. So at the end of the event, when you are coming close to your volunteer shift, it takes, what's that saying? Many hands makes light work. There's a lot to pack up on the day. So towards the end of your shift, if you can start asking questions about how can I help pack up, what can I do, that would be amazing. So we want to make sure that everything goes back into boxes. We want to make sure everything is back at its station where it was so that we can then pack a truck to take everything home. Bump out is part of that. Emma, is there I'm going to throw to you.
I'll take that one.
Specific instructions for bump out?
Yes, so our circuit marshals are / bump out.
Oh, so amazing. Thank you, Jess.
They're starting a little later because, of course, our walk doesn't start until 11. So you guys will be out on the ground along the walk, as Kate said, making sure everyone's safe and cheering them on as they walk past. And then when you come back to the site, I think there's time for a little bit of lunch, and then you'll help Emma with that big pack down that's going to happen.
I had a quick look in my email and it turns out that I'm actually circuit marshal / bump out anyway. So I should have known that, but
amazing.
All
no,
good.
That's fab. Awesome. Any other questions? No, awesome. Tess, do you mind just reading the names of those people that we just need to stay a little bit later?
Of course. So if we've got Jason, Patricia, Margot, and that's it, actually.
Amazing. Okay, awesome. I can see that Claire is typing, so I might just try and hold on a hot second. Thank you, fab. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for coming tonight. This has been really great. If those people are able to stay on, that would be awesome, and we'll talk you through all the specifics of your role. If you do have any questions throughout the week, team, you are welcome to touch base with us either via the volunteer team at RSPCA Vic, or if you've got our details directly, you're welcome. Give us a call as well if you want to, the events team at RSPCA Vic. Have an awesome day. Make sure you look after each other on the day. You're all amazing. Give everyone lots of high fives, lots of cheers. We really appreciate it. But thank you so much, guys. And if those guys could stay on, that would be awesome. But everyone else is welcome to go and enjoy your nights. Thanks so much, team.
Thanks so much, team.
Thanks,
Belinda, I can see you typing. You're more than welcome to stay as well. Yes, please.
Yes, thanks, Belinda. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Awesome. Thanks so much, team. Fabulous. Amazing. Cool. So we just wanted to chat with our wonderful supervisors just to make sure that you guys are feeling really confident in your roles on the day. You guys will be playing above and beyond a bit of a bigger part in making sure that the day comes together. You're also an escalation point for people that might have questions, and you guys are also there to support Emma for the day. So we wanted to go through each of those roles properly. So we can probably dive straight into it. So Jason, your role was the registration supervisor.
Volunteer registration supervisor.
Volunteer.
Volunteer
for the volunteer tent.
Yeah.
Oh, amazing. Cool. So Jason,
it says AM, so I'll be there like really early.
Yeah, cool, fabulous. So you'll have so we've got our volunteer hub. Obviously, that's where everyone needs to sign in, and then that's where everyone needs to sign out as well. So you'll be the first point of call for all the volunteers on the day. You'll have a roster, so people will come up, you'll take their names and then mark it off, and then you'll have any details about what equipment they might need on the day as well. Emma might come to you throughout the day and say, hey, Jason, I really need a volunteer here, or has this person arrived, or what can I do about this? And you'll be helping sort of fit the puzzle pieces of the day as well. So if someone doesn't arrive here, but we have those volunteer floaters, those general event assistants, you'll be able to place them into spots. Or if someone arrives and says, oh my God, I just rolled my ankle and I can't stand up anymore, you can say, oh, cool, okay, you can take this roll that's sitting down and I'll swap someone out of there and move them somewhere else. Does
Okay.
that make sense?
Yeah, yeah. Just sort of sliding in people where we really need help and
Yeah.
Totally.
like
And hopefully
taking
it won't be
people-
needed on the day.
really-
Hopefully everyone turns up 15
Yeah.
minutes early, ready for
Yeah,
their
that's
shift.
exactly
There's
right.
always
Um,
something though.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's
Can I
exactly
also
right.
ask if we can pass on the meal passes to you to give to the volunteers as they check in as well?
Definitely.
Is that all good?
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. So we'll add those in with the lanyards that you'll be handing out, the volunteer vests, and a little bandana that for everyone. So we'll package that all up. And Jason, you can hand that over when people sign up, or sign in, I should say. You will also be the contact for any incidents. So you will have people's emergency contact details if, obviously their emergency contact needs to be called on the day. So you'll, touch base with Emma in case any incidents happen.